Hey guys, Chartman here. Today we're looking at ACYD for August 2nd, 2011. This is the company American Community Development Group trading on the Pink Sheets Exchange. We're looking at a daily chart, and this goes back about 6 months. We can see the stock's been basically moving in a downwards trend. You can see that the moving averages, the brown one's 100-day. This is a 100-day moving average, has been trending down. So you can see prior to this that the stock price has been moving lower as well. Now what we can see on the downwards trend, we can see we had some nice volume that came in around mid-May, and generally this can stop a downward trend, set in a support. So we can see that we've got some nice support in this particular area. Briefly dipped down to 009, but basically we're sort of setting in a nice support around this area. And what we had basically was lower high points, and the volatility starts to get quite narrow, and we can see basically a descending triangle. This red line is the resistance, and we'll make this one blue for support. You can see that these two lines basically kind of pinch together, and the volume comes in during the period of very low volatility, and it breaks the price out. So here we have basically a breakout, and so now basically the stock's reversing from a downwards trend to an upwards trend. Now there's a few little things here that we may want to avoid. This first of all, we do have this really large candle here that briefly hit 15 cents. This is probably what may be called today as a fat finger trade. So we're basically going to disregard this particular candlestick that we see, and we're going to basically disregard this area from our analysis. So don't pay too much attention to this. We're going to focus on the rest of the chart here. And we can see basically a nice lift had developed, and we can see a nice trend here from our low point sort of in this sort of a direction, and the price is being pushed up. You see the momentum indicator, which is the MACD, is moving higher, and we've got a lot of volume right in here that's really starting to push the stock up nice and hard. You can see a lot of volume every single day has come back into the stock and has given a nice little rise. You can see that the overall uptrend sort of got broken here. The MACD upward momentum sort of settled down, and then basically the stock had a little bit of consolidation. So we went from basically 0.03 was sort of the high, all the way down to 0.016 and 0.017. You can notice that this blue line right here is the 50-day moving average. Basically the stock was trading below it, and now we're using it as a support level. So any possible retracement should be met with some support on the 50-day moving average. It's currently trading around 0.02. But currently you can see the 50-day moving average is moving up, also sort of coinciding that we do have an upwards trend here. And basically this consolidation ended just a few short days ago. We can draw a red line, which is sort of the resistance, pushing the price lower during this consolidation, and then we had another breakout when the resistance was broken. You can see the MACD on the daily chart broke up again, and this sort of pushed the price up quite a bit higher here. So we now had a second run. This was basically the first run in consolidation, and now we have a second run pushing the stock price up higher. We could have possibly had some resistance here on the 200-day moving average. We've broken above this level as well. So what we are now seeing is, although we've got sort of little mediocre rises and falls, the runs are making a lot of headway, and the pullbacks are nice consolidations. So what we could possibly be seeing is a nice solid trend, basically like this. This sort of a blue solid line is sort of the direction of our trend. We've got two sort of low points here, so any pullback could be met around the support possibly, but overall the overall trend does appear to be positive. See that we've had a lot of volume over the last few days, especially on this particular day was I believe August 1st, just the other day. You can see we had about 3 million shares traded on 4 million shares traded on August 1st, and today we had just under 1 million shares traded. Still relatively healthy. We want to see volume maintain at least around this $1 million mark per day. That should be enough volume and motivation to keep the stock price trending higher in this particular run. We could possibly see a mini support trend here. If we took a look at some of our low points from the breakout point, looks like we may have a support in this sort of a direction. So right now, as long as we stay above this sort of support line, this is probably going to continue to push the prices up higher. Any pullback that we may possibly see could be met by some prior resistance around 03. So we could possibly see some support right around this particular level, and you can see that once we sort of broke above this level, is acting as resistance here for about 2 days. Now it's behaved as support for the prior 2 days once we broke above it. So if we were to break this trend line here, we could possibly see a retrace to the 0.03 area where it was prior resistance and now behaving as support. should see that behave as a prior support. We also have this trend support we could use as well, but particularly pleasing to see is that the momentum indicator, the MACD, is positive, and it should probably push the prices up quite a bit higher in the future. So keep in mind that I'm not an investment advisor, and I don't have a broker license, so please do not use this as any recommendation to buy or sell this stock. Until next time, thanks for watching.